So hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, coming back at you with episode 3, an unexpected episode 3 of our Euro 2020 challenge with Italy, with a squad of players aged 30 and over. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing an Iceland shirt, well, I suggest you pause at this point and go back and check out episode 1. It's all explained there. Yesterday's episode, episode 2, you might want to check that out as well if you haven't seen it already. I won't give away any spoilers, well, except for the fact that there's an episode 3, which means we're doing pretty well. But before we get into today's action, just a reminder that this is your one-stop shop for all things international management on Football Manager. We've got international Let's Plays, we've got experiments, we've got guides, we've got custom tournaments made in the editor. All of these things and more you can find on the channel, so if that's your kind of thing, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, get that bell on so you don't miss any of the international action. And if you want some extras as well, make sure you head over to my Discord, where we have quite a nice community going, plenty of chat about international management and Football Manager and the editor and all that kind of stuff going on there. But alright, hopefully those of you who wanted to avoid spoilers have had the chance to go back and watch those previous episodes. Now here we are in the semi-final, a place we never expected to be. So we've discovered over the tournament so far that our squad of over 30 players, you know, we've found we've got a decent core of a team. We've got that goal scoring threat with Immobile, 5 goals so far. He's playing really well, and you know, really he's the focal point of our attack. But we've also got the look at this, Bonucci as centre back, but he's got 3 assists in this tournament. Just those, you know, pinpoint passes. I won't call them long balls because, you know, he's continental. But him, we got Cellini, you know, they're both pretty old, but they are a fantastic centre-back pairing, and just that experience, I think, has seen us through. The only game we've lost so far was that final group game against Turkey, where we rested a lot of the first-choice players, but then in that last episode against France, I mean, that was that was one of my favourite matches on FM21, you know, since it was released, especially when Eder scored that late winner. And then against Belgium, we looked really good. We controlled that game. We got a deserved win. So now, Spain. Well, always a tough game, Spain. We'll have a look at how they got to the semi-final. So they were in Group E. They actually finished, I believe they finished 3rd in Group E, didn't they? Just the way it worked out. But of course, 4 points was more than enough for them to get through behind Poland and Sweden. And then Germany in the second round. So tough game for them, but they got through it. They won 3-1. And then Turkey in the quarterfinals. They got lucky there. They were behind for most of the game and then scored 2 goals in stoppage time to set up this semi-final with us. So this is how we're lining up. So Cellini and Bonucci in that central defensive pairing. We've got Insigne here playing in that inside forward role. We've got Immobile up front. Now, those are probably the 4 guys that, if I picked a full-strength Italian team, would possibly be in it. The rest are players who might have made the squad and been on the bench, or just wouldn't have got near the squad at all. And then the bench is full of players who definitely wouldn't have got near the squad. We got Balotelli. He did score, of course, in that pre-tournament friendly, but hasn't made an impact yet. Barini, we've brought him on as a sub, but he hasn't done anything. Donnarumma, we brought him along for a joke, basically, because he shares a name with the world's best young goalkeeper. But yeah, it was just a waste of a squad space, to be honest. Oh, so the team's lining up, ready to kick off. Now, I'm going to be a bit coy about my plans here, because I'm aware of the fact that people might look at the length of this episode, and if they see something that's 10 minutes or so, think, you got knocked out in the semi-final. But, and if they see like 18 minutes, 20 minutes, might think, oh, you made it to the final. So I'm not going to say what I'm going to do. If we get to the final, I might play the final in this episode. I might, you know, save it for a bonus episode over the weekend. We'll just have to find out. Well, if the action in the rest of this game is anything like that first half, never mind 10 minutes, this episode will barely make 7 or 8. It'll be FM Greeno territory. Anyway, 0-0 it is. They've had one shot on target. We've had one shot on target. The XG is pretty poor. Yeah, we've got to do something to spice this game up. Now, so far, Insigne and Immobile are having terrible games. Insigne's on a 6.3, just dropped to a 6.2 as I look at it. You won't see it because it's behind my webcam window. Immobile's on a 6.3. Paralo in midfield on a 6.3 as well. But Insigne and Immobile are two of the best players, so what do we do with them? Right, I'm bringing on Soriano. We've used Soriano in the previous games, and he's done pretty well. So Paralo obviously not cutting it. Insigne, we'll keep an eye on him. We could bring on Eder, who of course was the hero in that game against France. But anyway, let's get Soriano out there, see if he can make a difference in the centre of the park. Well, he's picked up a yellow card straight away, and now finally a highlight, and the Spaniards head it straight at the keeper. Are we going to get to launch a counter-attack though? Insigne chasing it, but he can't get onto it. Oh, wow, great tracking back there. Good stuff. Soriano, as we said, already on a yellow. Great. Anyway, get it out to Insigne. It falls to Santon. Good. We're winning the ball back. We've given it away a couple of times, but we keep running back. Immobile. Immobile has scored. Whoa. 64 minutes on the clock. At Wembley, we're 1-0 up in the Euro semi-final. Only our second shot of the game, but we made it count. Look at that through ball from Insigne. Immobile timed his run to perfection, got behind the Spanish defence, and, 1-0 up. Tell you what, it's a good thing I didn't hit the panic button and take either Insigne or Immobile off. What I am going to do now in terms of substitutions, though, Candreva on the right wing, going to take him off. He's dropped back to a 6.4. He's looking nervous. So I think it's time for him to leave the field of play. That means, unfortunately, it's time for Barini to enter the field of play. But you know, yeah, we don't get to pick and choose in this game at this stage. Right, I'll also take off Florenzi as he had a yellow, so we're bringing on D'Ambrosio, Bonaventura. We'll keep an eye on him. Although you know he's been pretty good in this tournament as well, so I'd be reluctant to take him off, but also wouldn't want to see him get a red card either. Ooh, Spain now with a corner. Let's make sure we defend this and clear it. But, the ref's off to check VAR. What happened there? I think he's going to give it, isn't he? If he's going all the way over to check the screen. That means he's probably going to give it. Oh, no. Just when, you thought we were going to pull off the unlikely win. The Spaniards get a penalty. Yep, there you go. Let's see what happens. It was given for handball. Bonucci stuck his arm out. Anyway, let's see what Sirigu can do against Sergio Ramos. Oh, Sergio Ramos tucks it away. Of course, the squads were announced. Sergio Ramos wasn't actually picked in the real squad, was he? Well, that means that goal shouldn't count, right? Oh, late in the game, another chance for Spain. Sirigu with safe hands. Now, are we going to launch another counter-attack here? He knocks it all the way out to Insigne. Insigne controls it this time. Barini to Soriano. Soriano with the shot. And Soriano scored. What just happened? Soriano has scored. Oh, we've just got a few minutes left on the clock. Look at that beautiful break. I thought when that highlight started, oh no, Spain are going to take the lead here. But no, we launched the counter-attack. Same kind of thing as the first goal, just launching that counter-attack. Time-wasting sub. Come on. Right, so I'm going to bring on Bertolacci for Bonaventura. Bonaventura is tired out. He's on a yellow. So we'll bring on Bertolacci. He can play also in that box-to-box role. That's fine. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Can we hold on? Spain must be throwing everything at us. I'm going to quickly get in a praise shout. Let's boost the confidence. Some of them will be feeling nervous. Oh, there's just over a minute. Just over a minute of stoppage time. Is this going to be an unlikely journey all the way to the final? Oh, come on. We're well past... Oh, we've done it again. Oh, now this is a game we did not deserve to win, but Oh my God. This ramshackle squad of 30-somethings has made it all the way to the final of the Euros. And we've been labelled the surprise package of the tournament. But look at the teams we've beaten, actually. I mean, okay, Wales and Switzerland, not the biggest, no offence to supporters of either nation, but not the biggest in Europe. But France, Belgium, Spain, 3 of the biggest in Europe. We've beaten them to make it to the final. Who are we facing? Oh, Sweden. Could we have a chance of actually winning this? Right, so let's just have a look at Sweden's path to the final before we go any further. So, they lost their opener to Poland, but since then, they've been on a hot streak. They beat Spain, same as we did in the group stage. They beat Slovakia to secure their qualification. They knocked out England on penalties. They then knocked out Switzerland from our group on penalties. And then, perhaps their biggest victory so far, if you don't count the Spain one, they beat Croatia in the other semi-final. So Croatia would have been one of the favourites. So interesting final this. Our aged Italy team against an up-and-coming Swedish side. Right, so a couple of changes from the semi-final. The Ambrosio starts at right back. Florenzi, tired out, hasn't quite recovered from his exploits so far. Barini is also starting on the right. This time we'll try and bring on Kandriva as an impact sub. Apart from that, though, it's the team that's seen us through to this point. Okay, so big match atmosphere. We get the lineup for Italy. Of course, we get the lineup for the Swedes as well. They're going with a classic 4-4-2. And we're off a full 90,000 at Wembley to see this final. Italy against Sweden. Okay, here come the Swedes with the first real highlight. But Bonaventura, I thought he was going to win the ball and launch a counter-attack there. Bonucci, though, with that experienced head, nodding the ball back to Sirigu. Sirigu, we saw him so devastating with launching those counter-attacks against the Spanish. But, the Swedes are wise to our game. But no, we've won it back. Bonaventura now. Insigne's cut inside. Immobile. He's going to play in Barini. Barini has scored a goal. Oh my lord, I've been slagging him off and making jokes about him all through this tournament. And when you start him, he actually scores. Wow. Sunderland fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, they must all be scratching their head now, wondering what the hell they're seeing. Okay, quick praise shout because of the goal. Now, watch as Sweden equalise almost immediately. They do have some good young players here. Berg shoots just wide. Ooh, that was close, yeah. It's not fair, Sweden, picking all these youngsters in their team, whereas we're going with an average age of about 33. We got a corner now. Insigne's going to whip it in. It comes to Bonucci. Bonucci nearly scored. Barini nearly got a follow-up there. That's the kind of miss that we could come to regret by the time the match is over. But for now, we've still got the lead. We're hurtling towards half-time. Can we hold on? Yes, we can. Well, we edged the first half. I don't know how the second half is going to play out, but this has been one hell of a ride. Whatever happens, it's been fun. Now, if you have enjoyed this whirlwind week with Italy, there's going to be another Euro challenge next week. I do already know. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I do already know who I'm going to be managing because I've already done that. I recorded like 5 or 6 of those mini announcement videos in advance, so I know who's coming up. I'll give you a little clue. It is a team that we have played in this run with Italy that we'll be managing next week. I'll leave you to guess and speculate as to who that might be. Right, we're starting to get some tired players out there, so we've got to look at making some substitutions to keep fresh legs on the pitch. Right, so we're bringing on Parolo in the anchorman role. We're bringing on Letizia for Santon. 2 substitutes for now. Get some fresh legs on the pitch, as we've said. Run down the clock a bit. We'll make a couple more substitutions depending on what the situation is in about 10 minutes' time. And the situation is not much different to what it was about 10 or so minutes ago. We do see, though, those tired players, especially in midfield. Soriano, Bonaventura, they're really running out of gas. Insigne as well. On top of that, Soriano's looking nervous. Right, so we're going to bring on Polly for Soriano. Polly, we move into the box-to-box role. Bonaventura into the deep line playmaker role. And although he's tiring, I just can't bring myself to take Insigne off one of our better players. So we'll tell Polly we've got faith in him. He's looking nervous. Great. So we're now 10 minutes away from becoming champions at the first attempt. D'Ambrosio's picked up a knock, so we'll take him off for Darmian. That might be our final substitution, actually. I'm not sure, but we'll see when we try to kill time in a few minutes. The Swedes, they've put 4 up top. We've just got to sit back and try and soak it up. I'm not going to tweak. I'm going to resist that temptation to go too defensive and expose ourselves too much. But we're into stoppage time now. Can we make one last substitution? Oh, the clock's running down. We're up to 94. And we've done it. Oh my God, we've actually done it. Italy are you champions of Europe, and they left most of their best players at home. Oh my God, how did we do that? Honestly, how did we do that? I don't know. We beat some great teams along the way, and, you know, in the end, based on what we saw in the final, I think you'll agree that was deserved. I'm keeping this, I'm framing this as a lucky blue shirt from now on, I tell you that. Wow. I said it in a previous episode, but, you know, if I can win the Euros with this limited team, it's up there. It's up there with, you know, amongst my top achievements in my time on Football Manager. And I say that entirely seriously. I think we just edged it. Sweden did have more chances in the end, but re-edged it. On another day, it could have easily gone the other way. Fabio Borini, match winner. Man of the match as well. Wow, so Italy lift the European Championship. Big success for the Italy fans. Oh, where now? A retirement for a lot of these guys, I suppose. Italy's UEFA Euro squad may have featured 26 players over the age of 30, including Captain Giorgio Chiellini. But Dodgy Gamer has clearly demonstrated that the old guard are not failing him yet. So how about that? We actually did it. First attempt at a Euro 2020 challenge. Completed it, mate. But there are going to be more challenges, of course. Like I said, I already know what challenge we're doing next week. I'm just going to go and set that save up now. Like I said, it's a team that we did play at some point in this European Championship run with Italy. Different restriction next time. Check out my YouTube channel. Tomorrow, there'll be a YouTube Shorts announcement video. But, you know, that was absolutely fantastic. And I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Please show your appreciation with a like, clicking on subscribe, get that notification bell on, drop a comment down below about, you know, if you were surprised at our win and your speculation, your guesses on who we're going to be playing with next week. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I won the Euros with a squad made up entirely of players aged 30 and over. Good night.